Hello YouTube land, it's Debbie from the Canadian Crocheter. It's been about a week, so I figured I'd do another video, catch you up, check in. Couple of new things. I guess my newest acquisition would be this. I have moved on from crutches to a cane. Funny thing is, my mom was with me when we went to the store to get this, and she turns to me, now she's going to be 72, and she turns to me, she goes, "Don't you find it funny that you're here buying this before I am?" I'm like, yes, it is very funny. Anyway, this makes my life a lot easier. I do feel a little old, but hey, I got it in red, so it's like zoom zoom. Anyway, so I've been a little more mobile. The other thing that I'm going to do today is I actually went outside and videotaped my little corner of the world, my beds, my gardening beds, and I figured I'd show you what is waiting for me to do. There's lots of weeds, and the video is not the greatest because I am hobbling, and it's very early in the morning, so the lighting's kind of off too, but you get an idea of what I'm going to be dealing with. During this time of year, it usually looks a lot better, but as you know, can't do much. Anyway, but before we get into that, I'll post that video right at the end of this video, so if you don't want to watch it, you can just stop. I haven't finished a lot of things, but I do have a lot of things on the go, crochet-wise. First thing that I finished was my Erigeneia shawl. I love this. Me personally, I would like it a little bigger, but I waited so long for that because I started and got halfway, ran out of yarn, ordered more yarn, and it took so long to get here that I'm not going to order anymore. But this is good enough, and it's light, it's Draylon microfiber. I love it. It's soft, it's summery, and the colors are fantastic. So I'm going to be definitely using that. I'm so addicted to shawls these days. So that. And then sticking with the shawl theme, I was watching Laurel at the Dabbling Hook, and she mentioned, or she showed a shawl that she made, and of course, I get influenced by all the YouTubers. I had to make it right away. And she, basically, it's a free crochet pattern from Line Brand, and it's called the Bay Shawlette. So, I had two cakes of the Premier Sweet Roll. Let's see. It is, I believe, 100% acrylic. Where's the colorway is Cherry Swirl, and it's 5 ounces, 245 yards, and I made this. Now keep in mind, I did not block it or anything. And again, I think it might be a little small for me, but I'm not going to buy more yarn. I wanted to get rid of what I had. Anyway, oh sorry, my crutches or my cane is falling. I like this yarn. It's soft for an acrylic. It's a little on the fuzzy side. I don't know if you can see that, but the colorway is fantastic. Look at that. And so I don't know. I've never done a virus shawl, but to me, this kind of looks like a virus shawl or very similar in nature, just from looking at it. Anyway, I love it. I'm going to block it and use it. It's soft. It's a good yarn. So I finished that one. Thank you, Laurel. So that one's done. And then my daughter one of her friends is having a baby. I'm not sure when, but she's asked me to make a few things. So I had, just going through my stash, I have a goal to try to use up as much of the yarn that I have. I have way too much. So I have this Mary Maxim's Baby Cuddles. Now, the yarn is like the homespun, the Line Brand homespun, but much, much thinner, and I love it. It's super soft. I know a lot of people have a problem with homespun. I don't. I like it. It hides a lot of mistakes, in my opinion. Anyway, so I just quickly whipped off this little baby blanket. And all I did was half double crochet straight up. And then I just put a little like just a loopy edge to it. So I made that. And that'll be for the little boy. I'm going to make a bunch of stuff depending on how much time I have. So that's done. And then for the little boy, I had some of this Karen Simply Soft Ombre in the blues. Let's see. And I decided to make a little sweater, but I don't really like how it turned out. So this is the little sweater, and this is what I don't like. I don't like the pooling that was happening. I don't like it at all. So I was going to put a button on it and finish it, but I don't think I'm going to give it. So I'm going to have to find another yarn and make something else. I really don't like how this turned out. See? I don't know. Anyway, so that. And part of my... so I guess I should talk about one of my acquisitions. But before I do, I'm going to show you, as you've seen in a previous video, I keep most of my stuff in plastic bags. Or these bags that you get in the, I guess the section of a store where they sell office supplies. So I guess this is like an office supply bag. It works and it doesn't work. It doesn't work because there's no handle. But it's a good size, and then you can keep your notes in here. So that's what I've been using as project bags. So just like that. What I do like about these is they're waterproof. So in case anything spills, and I'm horrible for you'll have to excuse me. I have to drink my coffee because it's early in the morning and I need it. Anyway, so I was watching Nicole at Rabe Creations on YouTube, and another influencer. And she bought some bags from an Etsy shop owner called Rabe Creations. I don't even think I finished the video before I ran to Etsy and made a purchase. So I bought my first, sorry there's yarn all over, the first project bag. I'm so excited, like, and there's owls on it, like, come on, it's amazing. It's fully lined, and it feels like there's maybe some batting in between, I don't know, but it feels very thick. And it's got the handle. So I am very, very pleased with this. And in here, so we went up to the cottage this past weekend, and most of the guys were up doing things, or we had all the boys. I was pretty much the only female there, and they actually went swimming. But anyway, I'll post that in another video. And I thought I took along a project, and what I wanted to do was this tunic that is in the Crochet magazine of April 2018. So I got some yarn, which was another acquisition. I ended up buying from a yarn shop. I guess they're not local. They're in Ontario, but they're not like close to me. They're a couple of hours away. So I ordered from them online. And this is made in Italy, and it's Mondial Cotton Soft Bio, which is 100% cotton. As I've said before, I want to try to make stuff out of cotton. Anyway, it's very fine. I'm not sure. It's a number 3 fine. It's so soft. Anyway, I started that. Okay, so this is how much I have one. This is the front of it. So basically what you do is you create this kind of like an L section, 2 L sections, and you seam them together, and then you make another 2 L sections and seam them. So this is what it looks like. Now, I made the medium size because, you know, I'm not a small. But I think the medium is going to be way too small. Now, it does need to be blocked. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it stretches a lot when it is blocked. Otherwise, I'll have to give it away because I won't be able to wear it. as Claudia from the Luna podcast says, I got boobage, so I'm not sure if this will fit me, but it'll make a nice little gift for someone. Anyway, I love this. It was really easy, but a lot of counting. So a lot of counting, a lot of marking. So now I have half of that done. And it's light, it's soft, and hopefully I'll get that done in the next week or so. So that. What else have I done? Oh, and I've also started, as I mentioned before, in my last video, I got an order for a cover for a double bed. She said I could do anything as long as it's in the salmon color family. And then I decided I had some Super Saver ombre in the coral color, and I figured, salmon-y enough. She has since said that she doesn't want it for a double bed, she wants it for a single bed, so I made it slightly narrower, but it's still pretty big. So this is what I'm making for that. This is how much. This is one skein of actually that much left, and that's first skein of the ombre. So you get a lot of yarn. Anyway, the color is working up really nicely. I picked a very, very simple stitch, basically shells with chains in between the rows. I think it looks really, really quite nice. So I'm working on that. Hopefully get some time to work on that. And I think that's it. That's all I've done. Anyway, as I said, I will show you a video now. And I've been having some problems with putting the links to either patterns or yarn or anything like that in the description box. So hopefully I will be able to get that done. I don't know why. It's either my computer or YouTube doesn't like what I'm putting in. I don't know. But hopefully, fingers crossed, I will be able to do that for this video. Anyway, I want everyone to have a great day. And if you want to see my gardening beds, stick around. Otherwise, we'll talk soon. So this is one of my beds in the front of the house. As you can see, it needs a lot of cleaning up, but unfortunately, I cannot do. And then there's my little Oscar. And then there's this other bed on the other side of the house. Again, it needs work. The little blue flowers are forget-me-nots. They just come up on their own. I leave them because they fill in the empty spots until the big peonies fill it up. And I have daisies and all kinds of flowers that fill it up. So, and here's my little Buddha. My happy, smiling Buddha. He makes me happy. And when my husband created this bird feeder here, and he created that so that the squirrels don't get up there. Some people think it's an eyesore. I love it because it brings the birds closer to the house. And right behind that trellis, there was a nest of rabbits that unfortunately my doggie found them and killed a couple of them. And then we tried to save them, and then somehow the mom came and took them away. So, and then this is, I have another bed at the front of the house. As you can see, it also needs work. I have not been able to do anything. That's another bed that I'm working on. My responsibility is not the grass. My husband takes care of the grass. You'll have to excuse the awful video, or not so good. I'm kind of hobbling. Those are our neighbors. This is my husband's boat garage. Again, nothing to do with me. And then we're going to go around to the side of the house. The lighting is kind of on and off because it's early in the morning. This is another bed I created. Again, it needs cleaning up. I do a little bit at a time, but it's hard. So that's another bed I created. All of this used to be just bush, but we kind of been working on it year after year. It's another trellis that has clematis, different colors of clematis growing on it, which will, by the midsummer, it'll all be filled up. Beautiful clematis blooming. And what it does is it hides my hose from the street. Another bed, needs cleaning, but another bed, mostly hostas in here. What I do with the forget-me-nots is when they finish blooming, I kind of yank them, but they come back anyway, so I yank them all out. As you can see, there's dandelions too. So then, this is our backyard, and as you can see, tons of weeds. Again, I can't do it much, so I have to get in there and hobble around. And this is our Muskoka room. We call it a Muskoka room. Pool's not open yet. Will be open next week. And then another bed here. Again, more cleaning to be done. That when we bought the property, all of this grassy area was bush, just like you see in the back there. And we kind of cleaned it all up and put down sod so we can play, you know, use it. That bush back there, there's some of our property extends into the bush, but then it goes into conservation area. So we see lots of animals, deer, obviously the regular squirrels and chipmunks and all of that stuff. We've even seen bear scat here, so haven't seen the bear. And then our fire pit, again, needs cleaning. And then, again, more beds all the way around. All the way around. That way. And back there is a pond, which, little path to the pond. We have lots of ducks and things. And in the winter, my husband kind of manages the pond when it freezes so the kids can skate on it. And then, let's see, more weeds everywhere. Everything is just starting to grow. This is a tree house that my son made with his father. I thought he did good. I thought he did very well. Yeah. So, but he's too old for that now anyway. More beds. And then this is my 2 vegetable beds. They're raised, but it looks like the winter was brutal on it because it came out and looks like it's coming apart. So my sons, this weekend, hopefully they will fix that for me so that I can clean out the beds of all the weeds and maybe plant some veggies. And yeah, we have an owl there to keep the vermin out of there. We have lots of vermin, rabbits, chipmunks. Chipmunks are brutal, and squirrels. And then we're coming back around to the front of the house. And yeah, so I have some stuff that's coming out, but needs lots of cleaning. So even my hydrangeas, I haven't even cleaned out my hydrangeas. They're coming up. They're going to be blooming soon enough. I have to actually get around to cleaning it up. So this is what my property looks like. I have lots of beds, lots of stuff to do, but I fortunately cannot do them now. And then my pots need filling as well. Oh my goodness, I still have my Christmas wreath up. How embarrassing. Gonna have to take that down. So yes, and lots of weeds coming in through the cracks of the pavers. And yeah, so we are back at the beginning. I figured I'd share with you all the things that are waiting for me to do.